Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. Today guys, we have a Plat 2 Reyna VOD review, and we're going to be talking about carrying games, more specifically how to carry games and what does that actually look like. So throughout this VOD, you guys are interested in carrying, I think this is the VOD review for you. With that being said, if you are new here, there's a lot of new people watching these VODs. If you're trying to get better at Valorant and you're in the right spot, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and comment what type of VOD you want to see next, and hopefully I'll be able to put one out for you. But with that being said, as you guys know, these videos are, or these VOD reviews I should say, are rated on the 5-star system, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. And early on, starting out with the ghost here. Now obviously with a ghost buy, I believe that means we, how much are Lears? I can't even remember at this point. Nonetheless, look what's happening now. So the B looks like B was going to be the push there. The entire team now is rotating. So let's think about this for a second. If the entire team stacks B, you leave all of mid open, all of A open to pushes and flanks. Sewer is now unclear. All parts of mid are unclear. So it's very, very dangerous to stack and then to reverse the sites you're going to. A lot of the times I do favor just pushing in off of it. It's very common that one player on a site with enough utility can hold off these five-man plays, and right here, as you're seeing, they've actually been able to recover pretty well, so that is a good thing. It's very, very dangerous when you start running back and suddenly there's a guy where you think you're gonna go. But let's check out the aim here. Okay, I mean, looks like you were just going for a spray there. I don't hate it, but this is a really important part about Reyna, being able to devour, get that heal up. And now look at you, 150 health. So you want to look for fights with this while you still have this. You're going to have to push site. You got to push site. You got to push site. Yeah. Okay. Looks like you were a little bit confused there. I'm not sure what was happening. There was a player on site. You have to get the spike down. So you have to go push that with your teammate. There's another kill, but it's already too late. Time is up, and that's the end of the round. So I think the misplay on this round is that you just did not rush that Sage fast enough, and everything else looked decent enough. The aim was okay. I'm going to give you 4 stars, but this is a round where you definitely could have been the difference maker, and even though you played well, you could have played that a lot better. So room for improvement already. I actually just heard in his comms he said he should have went to site, so that's also good that you recognize that. But yeah, it's just understanding these things during the play. If Spike is down on site with 20 seconds left and you have a player pushing it, you got to support that player, because I think you guys were in a 1v4 or a 2v4 at that point. So really, really important to trade out those deaths, and hopefully to not trade there and actually just get that kill. Put yourself in a 2v3 with Plant so you can cover Planter. One thing people don't realize is that when time is running down, if you don't have someone covering you, if it's like a 1v something, they're just gonna rush you, right? And they're gonna stop. If there's 6 seconds and you're planting, they know you have to stick it. Send one guy to push him. If he dies, guess what? They don't get the plant, right? So very, very important that you push site there. But let's see the play here in mid. Gonna be shooting the Sage on wall. As always, guys, you know what I'm going to say about that wall in mid. You have to break that wall early in these rounds. Don't let that wall go up. One break in the wall is all it takes to apply a lot of pressure. All right. So not much happening on this round. Just going to give you 3 stars for the pistol round. All right. So as we move forward, I do want to say a few things about how to carry games, right? First and foremost, a lot of it comes down to the agents you're playing. And I think this is really important for people to understand that a true carry needs to really have impact on pretty much every round, right? That's what the point of carrying is you're impacting every round in a positive way. What agents get the most impact? In my opinion, it's duelists. I don't really think there's too much question about that. I think it's duelists, and in particular, a duelist like Reyna that can heal themselves after kills really rewards that sort of very aggressive, very punishing playstyle that a lot of duelists can't sustain, a lot of players can't sustain. But because Reyna can heal herself, you can get out of some really dumb situations, right? So Reyna, honestly, in my opinion, top tier carry. So it's really nice to see you playing them. This is a great VOD to talk about that. Here, look at the crack in the smoke. Crack in the smoke allows that free kill onto the jet by the enemy Rays. Remember, guys, whenever there's a crack in the smoke, someone's looking through it, right? That's kind of how you always have to think about it. Really nice shot there. I don't know where you're going though. Okay, it looks like you were maybe thinking about going to A, but you just gotta look where your team is, right? You already should be pushing up here to support them. They thankfully had site control, so it's probably gonna be okay in the end, but the little hesitation there is something you definitely want to think about and work on. You don't want to have that hesitation. You want to be like, okay, my team is in sight. I can't call for any rotate or whatever was happening. Again, though, Reyna going to be walking down steps. You did a good job there to go for the headshot. You get the kill. Another really nice round from you. 4 stars. All right, moving into round 4 here. Things looking pretty good so far. Definitely some decent aim, you know, going for these headshots. Now, obviously, pistol round, you got 3 kills, but you lost the round, right? So, you know, not the greatest, obviously, because at the end of the day, yeah, if you can hit your headshots, that's great, but if you can't make the smart play, if you can't make the right play, none of it matters. That's why game sense is so important, regardless of what rank you're in. Here we're in Plat. It's important, you know, Diamond, Immortal, Radiant, regardless, you need game sense to improve. Trust me. There are brain dead players at those high ranks, and it is not fun playing with them because you essentially have to walk them through the steps of how to move around the map. But you know, I digress. Let's keep moving forward here. Things looking really good so far. We have 5 alive versus their 5 alive. It looks like this is going to be an A execute. So Omen hopefully will be smoking for us. Okay, looking at crosshair placement, looks pretty good. That was a really nice kill onto that Reyna. Again, that Reyna is walk peeking, and it's kind of getting her killed, allowing you to go for these kind of nice, clean headshots. A little dangerous to spray that box with such little ammo, just because if someone was around that, they could easily push you off of the reload noise. Let's see what your play is here. You're gonna leer that smoke again. I don't love that. I would have much preferred you to wait for that smoke to clear, leer higher, and then push in off of that, because you ended up not getting any value from your leers there. So I'm actually going to give you 2 stars in this round. I did not like that push or the leer play up top there. All right, good news is team was able to win that round. Here we are, moving into round 5 with the Phantom. All right, Ray's ulting. Trying to figure out where that ult is. Is that mid? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was somewhere around mid. Regardless, though, you're going to be pushing up here. Didn't really clear that, but let's hope no one's up there, shall we? Okay, 1 player low, 1 player up top. Oh, just trying to, you just continuously take that aim duel. You're not able to get it. And there it is. So this is the really important part about Reyna. Even if you lose that health in a bad fight like that, being able to finish off an enemy that maybe isn't even looking at you, that isn't necessarily your kill, someone else is fighting them, super important. Reyna is all about kill stealing, okay? And I know it sounds bad, but trust me, if you have to be able to kill steal with Reyna to get that health back in these valuable rounds. You went from what, like, I don't know, 60 health or something, now you're at 150. Super important. Let's see, nade coming in. You're just gonna be holding the CT push. Omen spotted in garage. There's the kill. Okay, yep, you heard the drop. So you just want to play with your Omen here. This wall is going to drop. And yeah, so the wall drops. You need to be looking the opposite direction, and your Omen is holding that, right? So you've just got to kind of play that a little bit smarter here. Plenty of time, though. All right, and it looks like you will win the round. Playing time there was a smart play. You went for the shots, kind of bad aim, but nonetheless, I will give you 4 stars for playing time. I didn't love the way you were looking at the wall there. I think you were looking in the wrong spot, but still, pretty decent round for you. All right, guys. So talking again about carrying games. What allows you to carry games? Well, first of all, a lot of people are just going to immediately say good aim, right? Good aim is going to carry my games. And while this is true sometimes, I actually think one of the keys to carrying games is really good positioning. So what this means is putting yourself in a position, like physically, by the way, is what I mean by this. Putting yourself in a position physically where you can have impact in every round. This is knowing how to play around teams. This is knowing how to work around utility that's being used, play through smokes. This is knowing how to play like post plants and knowing how to hold certain angles and falling back into more positions. One of the worst things you can do if you're trying to carry games is dying early in rounds. So there's first death, or dying in a position that you had an easy escape from, right? Very bad things. Early deaths and bad deaths in bad positions are some of the worst ways that you can, if you're trying to carry games and you're doing that, you really got to rethink the way you're playing. But 2 stars in that round. That was a pretty poor kind of decision there to walk up like that. And with that being said, there's the res. 3v3 still gonna have to avoid this KJ ult. I've got you down for 2 stars in the round. Let's see if you let me change my rating. Reyna in sight, and someone has to go check that, right? Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just poor positioning by the team overall. 2 stars in the round. Okay, so what I was trying to say there about carrying games is you need to be alive in rounds that have impact, right? Does that make sense to everybody? You have to stay alive. This is something that I always try to teach people, is that if you're dying in a round early, you're not going to have an effect on the rest of that round. Yes, you might get the first blood, but so many people who get first bloods immediately go for another peek, another push, and another aggressive play, and then they get punished for it. And then suddenly the positive almost turns into a negative. In this round, just a little bit too much time. Everyone clumped up in mid here. No one watching the flank. You're going to go down, so not too much wrong with that. I will go for 2 stars, though, on the round. Unfortunately, Omen does end up losing the 1v1 there, even on post-plant. All right, early peek. You're going to get smoked out. Here comes Razor. One really good thing you can do with the Raze ult, for anyone who doesn't know, is you can dismiss the ult after you kill the Raze in the air. It's something you got to be very confident in yourself to be able to kill the Raze, but a lot of times a Raze will simply trade you 1 for 1, thinking, oh, I'll get this ult kill on this player because, let's be honest, they're playing Raze, you know what I mean? So, but you can actually dismiss it, and it's very simple to do. You just have to stick that kill and make sure that you have the aim for it. All right. Nonetheless, though, the Omen comes out, just shotguns you in the face. I mean, you do kill him. Just 3 stars in the round. That was, I wouldn't say that was your fault. The Raze did get a double kill. All right, going down 3-5 now. Round 9 here. Really want to start picking up a few more rounds here. I think 5 would be good for attack. Another great kill on the Reyna, so another first blood. Now, what was I just saying about carrying games? You got the first blood. Let's rethink what we're doing. Let's kind of reposition. Let's play together here. Let's make sure we stay alive so we can carry this game. You got 2 people in B main. You have Jet pressuring A, but it's going to go down. So that's not a good thing, right? The Jet was completely out of this play. She might have been trying to pull rotates over. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't hear the comm. Maybe that was made in the pre-round. But regardless, you guys have a hopefully 4v2 take on site here. Call is KJ Hell. Okay, looks like you're going for burst. I'm not sure why your chamber's backing out when you were deep sight. That looked like a total breakdown of the team there. You did a nice job getting the first blood. Everything else fell apart. So I'm going to give you 3 stars in the round. The kill on Reyna was nice. Everything else, playing back sight and not being able to kill that Killjoy was so vital. That Killjoy was anchoring that site really well, applying a lot of pressure. Had you killed her, you probably win that round. So yeah, 3 stars. All right, and into the next round, we're going to be pushing through mid here. Oh my gosh, this is a Reyna diff if I've ever seen one, but will it matter? It's 3-6 right now. Nice kill again. Starting to team off well. If someone can recover that weapon, that'd actually be massive. Looks like there is one spotted on flank, so you're always going to want to be checking your map. You should see in the corner of your eye your map. You see that the chamber utility, I forget what that one's called, spots, I believe, the Killjoy pushing off of her ult. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if you guys were able to recover the weapon. Chamber will go down, you'll grab his gun. So you know you've got one there. Killjoy just pushed. Sage is pushing middle. This trade here is really big. All right, 2v2. Now the play is, where are they not? Omen in mid. There's one. Hold the angle. And you can just run to sight now. Yes. A very nice decision here. I really like you're able to hear that Raze stomping her way through sewer. You change your focus. Omen doesn't come out for the trade properly. And just like that, you have control. Oh, man. I don't know about that. I don't know if I love seeing you hold this because he was able to get across that you seeing him. That felt like a TP that could have been fake, but he also could have gone pillar maybe? No, that's a little too far, I think. Let's see what this Omen was thinking. You're really running out of time here. This is not good. You're pretty much all in on the kill right now just because of how little time there is. And if he did fake, he could have fallen back. And he did fake, yeah. So he either crossed over or he faked it. But you gambled big time and it paid off. I will give you 5 stars in that round. That was a very crucial round. You guys want to talk about carrying games? You got to be able to win these big rounds. That was a 2v1 clutch, or 1v2 clutch, I should say. A nice round. Yeah, so just following up that round, you guys want to talk about carrying your games. Being able to clutch rounds is super important. Oftentimes, it's hard sometimes during the game to realize this, but after a game, a lot of your games actually come down to 1 or 2 really close rounds that might be early on, might be later in the game. You might not even think about them. Maybe a 1v2 or a 2v2 that was lost. being able to close those rounds out is the difference between a lot of players who are going to stay in Plat forever and the people who are going to make it up into Immortal, right? Is being able to have the game sense, to have the knowledge, to have the teamwork, the communication, to be able to win these rounds. And just like this right here, for example, let me rewind this for everybody. Watch Sage. Sage is going to be checking left. You hold her right, okay? Instead, you're caught looking at nothing. The guy Killjoy peeks, easy 2K on you guys, right? Poor game sense there. 1 star for that round. You have to support your teammates' pushes. All right, and moving into what I believe, yeah, final round of the first half here, round 12, and we need something. You've definitely had a very good impact on the game. This is something that I hope everyone watching can understand. All of these first bloods are extremely, extremely good. I will always say a trade favors attackers. So a first blood on attack, massive. You're getting a lot of high value kills. It's just some of these rounds have, after that kill, have just not had any positive effects. And here is another flank from the enemy. Your team is fighting him for some reason. You guys just need to push into A. Have your chamber move up ramps here. Get some info for you. All right, that raise is just going to throw that one. Omen's still behind. Killjoy 1 left. And pretty easy from here. Unfortunately, you do die to the Omen. I'm gonna give you 2 stars because I think at this point you have to start expecting flanks. And guys, with that, we are moving into the second half. First half was actually pretty good. Remember, this is attack on split, so not the easiest thing. The biggest things that I think I can take away so far are you're definitely very good with that first shot accuracy, a lot of really nice early kills, but what you do after that is very important. Remember when I said earlier that staying alive is one of the most important parts about carrying games? I have noticed a lot of early deaths from you, and with your aim being so good, I think there's a lot more value in you doing more to just stay alive. Right here though, I would definitely be watching upper B to see if there maybe is some player up there pushing. With only 3 bullets, yeah, I definitely want to reload that. I got to be careful sitting on low ammo like that. Let's see what the play is. So looks like they are going for some sort of A pressure here. Looks like this is going to be a split, maybe the pole rotates, but it almost looks like they split at the same time. Guys, if you're going to split sites, let the people on one site go first, don't make any noise, and then whoever has the spike should go second. I don't really know why you do that at the same time because there's still players over there. All right, here's the Reyna, and it looks like they did end up rotating over probably through mid. I'm not sure if they were in heaven, but they did rotate over to B. Now, on this round, you were able to get 3 kills. I don't think you can ask for much more from a player on a pistol round. 3 kills is very good. Yes, you end up dying to the Omen, but again, you held the site, got 3 kills. That's a 5-star pistol round. So unfortunately, team is going to lose the pistol. Now, like I said, 5 stars right for that round because you got 3 kills. You know, the outcome of the round does not determine how well you play the round. You were able to hold site, you stayed around, you felt maybe that, hey, they might come back here. You were right. Good game sense there. That was a nice round. But moving over here into the A retake with a Marshall. I don't love Marshall just because I feel like in situations like that, I'd rather have some sort of pistol just to spray these guys and get a little bit easier on the kills. But whatever here, I'm just gonna give you 2 stars on that round. Not too much really happening. And now, unfortunately, because of the Marshall buy, you're low on money, right? This is kind of one of those big things I talk about is making sure you're not kind of screwing yourself over. The team ends up going for some sort of little force there, then they can't buy on this 3rd round here, which is super, super important because guess what, guys? What round is this? This is the bonus round for the attackers. The bonus, this is going to boost their economy, going to give them a lot of money to work with, and not a single kill coming from the team so far. This is not good. 2 stars again on this round, and this is what happens. This is how games start falling away. A very close game, a very competitive game, starting to not look so good. All right, going for a push here. So one thing that I always talk about with you guys is how to sort of get value on defense with pressure and with aggression. One of the most important things you can do if you're being aggressive on defense is to not do the same thing over and over again, to stay unpredictable. That's something I like to talk about a lot. Being unpredictable means, hey, I'm going to push this one round, and then next round you're going to find me in mid. Next round I'm going to play passive on it. Then the next round I'm going to push that again. You don't want to ever be doing the same thing over and over and over and over, right? There's very few players or agents or whatever playstyles that work like that. Sage walling mid every round is kind of one of those things, like, you know, the exception to the rule. But realistically, you do want to be trying to switch up where you're playing on on sites, how you're attacking them every single round if possible. Now, you can definitely come back to a certain strat in another round, but doing it over and over in back-to-back rounds, generally speaking, you're gonna get punished for that. All right, so here is the a-hole up close now. With Reyna, what can you do with this? Well, you can easily dismiss away. The only problem here, of course, is you got blinded and there was a raise ult. Thankfully, your Omen able to get that kill. I don't even think she used her rocket. This raise is not getting a lot of value. So let's look at your positioning here. Gonna rotate back behind A. This is a very, very passive play that allows you to kind of take a late fight when people don't expect it. This position is extremely deadly when there's other pressure to the players pushing in. So right here, you gotta go quicker. You just gotta go. You just gotta go a little bit, because I think that Sage is a free kill for you. Yeah, just like that. So it ended up being in the Omen, but because your aim is so good there, I 100% thought you were gonna win that aim duel, and of course you did. Reyna, oh, okay, so Reyna kind of, you know, be like, hey, I see you. Let's see if he's out, I believe. He's out to the right, I think. No, I think he just went back in. Okay. So there's the Lear up high, and Reyna gonna go for the shots on it and ends up missing. Where is this spike planted? Oh, nice kill there. Good finish, but that was not a good decision. You end up getting nothing from that Devour. So you could be at 150 right now, but instead you are at 85. And Sage backside because of that timing, because you weren't able to play with your teammate there, you end up losing the round. Again, I think that you did a lot right on that round, but at the ending there, you got to play with your teammate. You got to tell him, hey, hold on, let me kill this Reyna first. You know, you got to work together there. So I'm gonna give you 4 stars because you got a lot of great kills, but more communication from you working with your teammate more. And guys, as we move into round 18, again, talking about how to carry games, communication, right? This is often very underrated because a lot of people be like, oh, well, if I have good aim, I can just do whatever I want, you know, or hey, if I'm, you know, oh, that was yikes. that was a really early like dismiss. You got to be a little careful with that next time. That could have definitely got you killed, but nonetheless, communication is one of the most important ways to carry. And you might think, why? Well, if you truly think your team is bad and you're like, hey, I got to bait these guys, you know, I got to tell them what to do, blah, 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 blah. If you can communicate with them, be like, hey, you go in first, I'll trade the kills, I'll do this, blah, 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 blah. So valuable. So incredibly valuable to be able to do that with your teammate and say it effectively, right? Don't say it in a mean way, but communication leads to so many good things. And there are so many people out there who are like, oh, I want to be this rank, I want to be this rank, I'm so much better than I am, but they don't talk, they don't use their mics, they don't do anything to work with the team. This is a team game. Regardless of how much you want to carry, you have 4 other people on your team that you can utilize in some way. With that being said, 4 stars in that round. I'm just rolling it. All right, as the round starts off here, it looks like we're going to be moving back over towards B. So just really the Omen playing on A. And honestly, did the Omen smoke himself off? That's kind of a weird play. Okay, it looks like they are pushing him, he's saying. So maybe that is why he's playing so defensive. Okay, so we know probably what, 2 players ramp or something. Yep, at least 2. That's going to hurt a lot. Oh my god, an insane combo of utility there. And I think you kind of got caught with your pants down a bit. Kind of looked like you were figuring out, hey, do I want to push this? Do I want to fall back? You ended up not really making a decision. I'm gonna give you 2 stars in there. Got to be a bit more decisive. Honestly, when that nade came and when the molly was thrown, you very easily could have just taken a fight and dismissed to safety, right? Getting aggressive there actually could have been the right play. The score line is 8-11. Going to be stacking P here. So what was I just talking about being unpredictable? Look, my friend here is on every single site in like all different rounds. This is amazing. I love the variety here. This is really, you know, kind of throwing off the enemy team. Like, hey, where is this Reyna playing? But right there, you make the classic mistake of, I think I killed this guy. Let me go take another fight, and he's not dead. I don't know what I'm watching with the Sage. It gets the kill, of course, and has res as well, which could be huge here. But man, a classic error on your part. I have to give you 1 star on that round. Always make sure you're finishing off your kills, but I totally get it. All right, so on match point, 8-12 here, and honestly, your play hasn't been terrible. It's actually been quite good. Oh god, no, it's so many players to choose from. Who do we shoot? Oh gosh, so right there in that situation, I will always shoot the closest player, because the closer they are, generally the easier the target they are. That's why I like shooting them. That's the way I think about it, because if they're closer, I'm more likely to hit a headshot on them. And also because you're Reyna, remember, you can go for a spray there and dismiss off the first kill you get, right? This is something a lot of people do wrong. In that situation, they see 3 people as they turn the corner. They just stick a spray, well, double headshot. They just stick a spray and they die, right? They stick the spray, they die, but they get 1 kill. In your case, you stick the spray, you don't die. You're Reyna. You just dismiss. And honestly, 4 kills in this round off of that. Very, very impressive. Again, how can I fault you for that final death? I'm going for 5 stars on this round again. You're just simply adding too much value to your team here, getting so much value in a gun round. Beautiful job. But like I was saying, I think you could have been a bit more aggressive there on ramp. I think you could have stuck 1 and then dismissed away. Simply, that is something that Reyna and maybe Jet can get away with. You know, I said Reyna and Jet could get away with that, but honestly, Chamber with his teleport could probably get away with that too. Whatever. 9-12 here, kind of getting a little bit of a comeback. Happy to see your team won that round. I think it did come down to a 1v2. Sage getting a lot of pressure in mid. I would have liked to have seen you address that earlier. So if we go back here, you hear all the pressure in mid. You're still holding this with your Jet. Multiple players spotted for your Sage. Why not go up there and help? You know, why not start making your way up there so maybe you get these kills as they come in? You know what I mean? As you can see, the Omen is standing up there. If you would have been a little bit quicker, right, I think you could have gone to help your Sage. I don't really know what support the Sage has had in mid, and I think smartly the other team's like, hey, we can push the Sage. So this angle you're playing is definitely a classic angle. A little bit tough sometimes to land headshots. For example, right there, that Raze is able to get a kill, and you can't even see them, right? And that's why I don't really love the angle you're playing, especially because a lot of times you're going to get pressured from the B main push at the same time. So like right here, see, now you're in a very weird spot. Someone could spray this box, someone could walk it, someone could come through main, and your teammates need your help, right? And that's a free kill. Nicely done. Didn't love the positioning throughout the round, but you are going to find that final kill there. We'll go 4 stars on that one. All right, 10-12 here. And honestly, I've had a lot of good things to say about you so far. Like I said, I think one of your strong suits is going to be your aim and going to be that first shot accuracy. You're landing quite a lot of headshots, playing Vandal as well, which is very, very important. Looking for that Omen TP. And here comes the ult. I believe you just spotted one, or was that the Boombot? Can't really tell. Nope, it was a Killjoy. Yeah, I think I saw the Killjoy shoulder. You got to be doing something more here. You got to be throwing those Leers out, helping your team push site. 2 back site. Ooh, I think you even got the tag there on the Omen. So in this round, I think you would have been much better off running down here earlier with your ult and pressuring site with your teammates. Instead, you kind of don't really get any value out of your play that round. So I am going to give you 3 stars on it. And here we go. For overtime, can we push this thing? This has been a nice little, nice little string of rounds here. Let's see what happens. All right, going for a high Leer. No one's even going to shoot it. So no info so far. You've got 2 players in heaven. You have, 2 players in A heaven, 2 players in B heaven as well. And Jet is going to get the opening kill onto the Killjoy here. Now, with you playing so far back, you always risk the chance someone walks through on you. There's multiple players spotted. There's a Sage wall that says we're going to be pushing. Okay, you got to fall back off that. This is fine, though. It's going to be walled. Yep. And right now, I'm really interested to see how you play this because you got smokes and walls. Let's see what happens. Oh, man. And there's Reyna, I think, jumping on top of the box to get the kill. So a little bit lacking awareness there. And Reyna just able to get a free kill on you. Man, I got to give you 2 stars in that round there. Just not enough awareness. You got to know that's a jump. People are going to jump that to look over it if they can. Yeah, 2 stars. All right, I may have given you 2 stars. It doesn't matter. Your team still doing very well here. Tie game, 12-12, opening pick to the Jet. So, and there's the second, the follow-up here, up 3-5 now. Everyone just should push A together. Your teammates should go vents. Someone should go up ramp to go support them. And someone should stay down. 1 player ramp. Sounds like close left for the Raze. And the Raze is dead now. With 2 players left alive, you can assume maybe 1B, 1A. Looks like the Killjoy already in heaven there. Just clear sight with your teammate here and get the spike down. And the Chamber is just, going on a little bit of a tour. And there's the plan. Probably could have done a bit earlier. But nonetheless, Killjoy spotted. 4v2 here. You're playing, this is a very passive position because you're not covering the walkout. You're not covering any part of heaven. You're essentially saying, hey, this player is going to be able to get out and then I'm going to fight them. And just like that, Chamber does a nice job getting the first kill. The Sage ends up kind of looking towards the Chamber, and you'll finish her off nice and easy. I'll give you 4 stars in that round. All right, 13-12, a chance to put this game away in overtime. Going to be playing up here on Heaven. I don't think, or excuse me, on Rafters. I don't think you've played here yet, so this is good, right? Being unpredictable, playing new positions, all very, very important. If you are a carry, if you consider yourself a carry, good players in the other team will realize that they want to avoid where you're playing. But if you're constantly playing on new sites and new positions, right? You're playing a lot of B, now you're on A, they'll avoid you, right? Maybe the team doesn't respect you that much in this particular game, but that absolutely happens in games. If someone has like 35 kills in like 20 rounds, yeah, I'm not going to their site. Here, I think you play for the drop. Crosshair placement wasn't great there. If someone was on that, you know, underneath that drop there in hell, you're kind of not really looking at the right spot. Oh, Sage again, gonna be able to escape you. Oh, and then just hits the nice little like flick on you. You were low, of course. Your crosshair placement actually really good on that Sage to get a kill there, but oh no, and there goes the round. So I will give you 2 stars in that round just because you weren't really able to contribute anything there. And I think that, you know, that's a round where you want to maybe talk more with your team about how you're gonna enter site and kind of have a plan there. And we're moving into second overtime. This VOD is going on for what seems like forever. 13-13, let's see what happens here. 3 mid, 1B, 1A, and you're gonna die through smoke.
Wow, that is...
I'm gonna give you 2 stars. I feel bad for you. It happens, but that is a horrible death to have early on. Well, guys, I don't really know what to say. I mean, those early deaths happen. The kills through smoke happen. It's a blind fire. Obviously, credit where credit is due. The Omen with a very important kill there. Very well may have just won this game for his team. You're going to be sticking over here on A. I think you should rotate earlier. You already see Killjoy pushing in. So a little bit slow here on the rotate. Obviously, I think you're probably about 2 seconds late. I would have gone much sooner, right? This is a very important round. This is the game. This is the match. If you stack a site and they don't end up going there, fine. But you need to be over there to have impact, right? You're the top fragger on this team. You need to be in the position to have an impact on these rounds like I always talk about. How do I have impact? You got to be in the right spots. Positioning is so important. 13-15, a great try. 2 stars in that round for not rotating earlier. And let's talk about a summary for this VOD review. And guys, because the VOD has been so long, I'm gonna keep the summary nice and quick. Your strengths are very strong first bloods, very strong crosshair placement on those opening kills, tons and tons of headshots. I mean, tons of headshots. So I absolutely love that from you. I really, really like your aggressive fights, your aggressive peaks, because I think they work out well. The problem is what happens next. You're not always able to capitalize on those plays. You're not always able to get more value as the rounds persist. And I think part of that is your positioning. I think your positioning is a little bit weaker than your aim, and that's something I want to see you work on. I want to see you positioning better around your teammates. I want to see you moving sort of on defense a little bit quicker to some of these rotates and being a bit more decisive in your decision making. I think one thing you lack is a bit of decision making and knowing, hey, should I be doing this or should I be doing that, right? And a lot of times what you end up doing is you play a little bit too passive and it ends up getting you killed. I'm thinking of that time in Heaven where you got like double naded, that final round there where you kind of like just came out and just, you know, just kind of died. You know, being able to talk with your teammates, be like, hey, let me push, peek off my push or something. A little more communication from you. I know you said you talked a lot in this VOD, and I understand that, but there's always room for improvement. A lot of your fights are you taking 1v1s with no trades, really. I would try to work a little bit more with your team, making sure that trades are available. It could actually help you quite a bit, even though you're such a strong player. When it comes to carrying games, I know you were talking about that, saying like, hey, what more can I do? How can I carry this game more? In my opinion, it's all coming down to your positioning and making sure you're more so positioned and playing around the team and in the right spot on some of these defenses. So what you actually might want to think about is playing more of a mid position where you can rotate faster between these sites, and that sometimes is the play. And also, one thing I didn't see any of throughout this is an early peek into a push, a flank or a lurk on defense here. You're very much just playing your sights. Definitely some opportunity there for you to push through because you're good enough with your aim to get kills. If you're able to push through, you don't find anybody, you can give that information to your team. Hey, stack this site. There's nobody over here, and that's very, very valuable. That's not something I saw you or your team do. Other than that, I think you played great. I think that the key for you moving forward is just making sure that your positioning is better and you're faster on that decision making, and that after your first bloods, you guys are really playing as a team and trading out those final kills to make sure you're winning all of those rounds. That being said, thanks so much for submitting the VOD. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Take it easy and peace.